Most of the displaced people who were taking shelter at 1st MR, 2nd MR and the 86th CRPF camp in Lumfeld in the aftermath of May 3 violence evacuated. Minister Thongam Biswajit needs people taking shelter at CRPF camps Lumfeld. Minister Biswajit hopeful of full evacuation of displaced people in next couple of days. Minister L. Susindro visits villages of Laitangpopi who still claims their houses were burned down and destroyed after Assam Rifles worked in tandem with Kuki militant outfits under SU. Minister instructed strict security vigilance. Legislatures, political leaders and civil bodies appealed to relevant authorities and public to jointly strive for restoration of peace and normalcy in Manipur. Manipuri Muslims forms committee for goodwill mission on the peace to spread message of peace and brotherhood. Committee to offer mass prayer on May 12 to pray for departed souls and peace in Manipur. An economic and resource development organization, Kanglipad, urges government to check uncontrolled price rise of essential commodities in Manipur in the wake of recent violence. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm Colonel Sambandram, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Now, the news in details. Most of the people who were taking shelter at 1st Manipur Rifle, 2nd Manipur Rifle and 86th CRPF camp in Lumfeld in the aftermath of 3rd of May violence have been evacuated. Impact News tried to cover the plights facing the victims who are still in the camp. However, the media team were prohibited entry as it was security zoned. No one is allowed entry without the permission of the Home Department. Securities at 1st Manipur Rifle ground informed that 90% of the victims have been evacuated by State Force and Central Paramilitary Forces. Securities at 2nd Manipur Rifle ground also informed that most of the inmates have been evacuated. Most of the inmates at 86th CRPF camp Lumfeld have also been deported. In a telephonic conversation, one of the inmates informed us that they are being provided proper food and basic amenities. Impact News team has been trying to report on the condition of inmates at relief camps since May 3, however could not do so owing to prohibition by security forces. A team led by Prime Minister Thongam Biswajit, Patsoy MLA Sapam Keba and Imphal West District Deputy Commissioner T.S. Kirtan Kumar today visited CRPF battalion camp at Lumfeld area where people belonging to the Kuki community are taking refuge. Minister Biswajit during the visit interacted with CRPF battalion commandant on the ongoing evacuation work. He also assured that government will provide all the possible assistance to CRPF battalion. Speaking on the sideline, Minister T.S. Biswajit said violence that broke out between two communities on 3rd of May affected both the communities. The violence has left many people dead. Several houses were burnt down and people belonging to both the communities have to flee their respective homes or villages. Biswajit loaded Assam Rifled Army and Central Paramilitary Forces for sheltering these affected people under the initiative of central government. He maintained that state government has been working relentlessly to bring peace among the two communities. Minister Biswajit said the government has already announced to compensate casualties of communal violence, to build houses for families whose residents were destroyed during the communal unrest. He urged the public to stay calm and strive together for restoring normalcy in the state. Minister Biswajit also encouraged elderly people of both the communities to refrain youngsters from carrying out violence act. He expressed belief that evacuation of people will be completed in the next couple of days. The minister informed that 3,500 people out of 6,000 people who were staying at 143 Battalion CRPF camp in Lumfeld have been evacuated. He added that Assam Rifles will deport around 150 to 200 people out of the remaining 2,500 to Chandel, Technopole and Moreh. The minister said only 1,200 people out of the total around 3,000 people are remaining at the 86th Battalion CRPF camp. He assured that evacuation of people at various places including Mantripukhi and Langjing will continue.
People da koi na appeal tawning bache koi Manipur si koi yamna picture ka su yamna magul leiba maramdi tanminari ba khunda leimari ba puna singna pulla kanda koi tuan ba biodiversity ma siame har kanda koi culturally amari tawra sembani aduna masi kaidana ba semina ba haibasi chawning ba phanak le ka su kunungai ta ba pen da mayam le ka su thogdo wa thok kya le ka su Manipur amada yelong de ke le rekli ba mi singche leigada banina masi punna handamina ke every stakeholder duka every NGO le ba khot puna maksing punna minera kanda ongtang le ba tamna lakpa hore lai basi mapung phana la ale harakanda amu hanna magi mafumda hanjalaga lehenna bagi akoi appeal do agi taraf taki su on behalf the sarkar gi maram de akoi ngasi lakchari si agi personal nati sarkar na akoi si samna harka overall in charge of the akoi gi leriba relief material operation gi da tawuni na kari awara pa leige habase akoi hangmam thokpa responsibility amana.
Villagers of Leitan Pokpi still believe that their houses were burned down and destroyed after Assam Rifles work in tandem with Kuki militant groups who are under suspension of order show. Villagers say they have proved for the acclaimed. Villagers expressed the same when PHED Minister Eld Susindro, Wangoi MLA KH Loken and Lamlai MLA KH Ibomcha paid a visit to recent violence hit area under Sagolmang police station yesterday, urging state government to pay attention to their plights. Residents of Leitan Pokpi village expressed their wish for the government to shift Assam Rifles from the village as they do not feel safe in their presence. They urge the government to send other paramilitary forces instead of the Assam Rifles.
Battalion ama ako sisu kano Assam Rifles nataba Central paramilitary force ama sar athuba matamda masi akogi area jigi yengaga sar masi matang thambiyo ani sar ai khoji jingnaba poeba sar huji thoiba thogdokchi ataina teba sigi akoi saro ngai lapi jum mai chahori be area sida Assam Rifles layaba adagi moi kanu dolai thabiga sida layaba asigi ek thangnabsi purum ne sar purum kun sar kailungi jum neba adu sida Assam Rifles layraga thangnaiba khunjida Kuki military layaba adu moi tanthokbagi thabak tawdeba aigi ichagumba isugumba jingduna ngasai khutta thang ten license gan khar pairaga asaida thokpa matamdadi Assam Rifles police the pau pire eba noi adaida kana no khara leidun thuna koksalu aduna makhonje hek thorko matam akhoi di noi da woina kapsal lakani ada khoju paite min ichai su jingdu ngasai gi soning da bani amuk pusalle ba
ijik lai ba sar pang kang buje ai jik loi identify hai bang ngoni samak thengni mai thari ba nongi kapi control tok haide mogi Kuki lal ho jing phaina kan da chale khabanda.
Speaking on the sideline of the visit, Minister Eld Susindro said they paid the visit following the instruction of Chief Minister Nongthom Biren. He assured of the pricing the Chief Minister regarding issues facing the people in the area under Sagolmang police station, who blamed Kuki militant groups under suspension of order for the plights. The minister said that he will apprise the Chief Minister regarding the villagers' demand to keep the militants under SU inside their designated camps and on deployment deployment of more army and paramilitary forces in the area to ensure safety. Minister Susindra expressed grief over the suffering of people due to the clash between two communities. During the visit, the minister handed over relief materials donated by government and Kurai AC Peace Committee to people taking shelter at various relief camps in the area.
Laiwe issue suspension of operation the Ladiba, Su Kangu Singna, Maruina, area domination toropa, the Moiga Wina, Pabika Tonerapaki, Wari Wina, Pabik Sing the Tambiba. The Hoi Mit Magna Dius of the Nate, the Wahariba, Pabina Hariba, Wafam Singasi, a Hoi Honorable Chief Minister, Soidana Wafam Singasi Tamzaraga, Hariba suspension of operation the Ladiba, Kangu Sing, Habatare, Moisumogi, Masamasagi, Kemta, Hanginanaba. Ahoy Masi Powder Masi, Ahoy Honorable Chief Minister, Ahoy Tamjarani, Adoga Makatana, so issuing Asi Makada Tolok Tanava Haitare, the lay Bidiba Hoki, Asana Felgi, Housing, Adoga Paramilitary Forces Ki, Army Ki, Mayam Singsina, Protect Oraga, Lainana Bagadu Muwakalondu, Ahoy Honorable Chief Minister, Zu Tamjaraga Adoga, Labor officials in the Jokwin advice of Jale, Labor Singsi, Makatana further, Makatana Tolok Tanaba. Amutang hona mina sena ina mayam da haijare aduna hujik leiba seja kun thadoga chen kiba mayam ma yum mai thabi kiba mayam ma si akhoi not only mai te gi side khatana tana koki chenau jing gi side su leigani aduna animaki leiriba issue si innocent people sing da hoina loina mu dosa ta bi mong leiba ana sona kanda akhoi gi leiriba kana gumba khulai pai be chenau singna tawriba posing do Madu innocent people in the Oina Awa Moina Torum Nina Sonang and the Sumayami Hopa Hector Bumba, Adamina Dugi Poto Labor, Aduna Yamna Moina Pangan Toktana Labor, Amasung Yamna Noaitan Labor Ubada, Mampromo Noaitaba, Parongane, Aixu Noaita, Fawi Adubu, Hoi Makatana, Toktana by the security force ahead but Hazelaga, Madumba protection, Pinanavaki, Ahoy, Honorable Chimisha, the Hijagani, Aduga Plus, Ahoy, Ladyba. Sing the height relief camps since the labor ma'am Sinziki, Karikari no Dakale, sing the Hoi Pina Nava, the Hojusukara Pujare, Peter, a hen Pina Nava Hoi, Honorani.
Manipurgi City sing the equation manel. Singya the Tabo Kun sing City, Dokimatic, Kudong Chadir. I don't see much that Tamisine, security award for Gigi. Sigumba Mapam see the sanction of Honabada, Quigi, Maya the labor, missing the height security lap to the disturb towards Landabanung Natazan Bakadubus. Masi Aragadi, Tau Adoragadi, a quaggy Heidi Quadi Kudong Tiri Rang lady from City, Matai Singaga Tainabo Kunjing Sidane. Ado Sigima from Singje Fazan Axelagadi, a Hariba, Irang Tun and named over the Sumating when you have say, Gomen Gimagidigi, my Ampunu Tapil Toxic.
Ying William Tamusho Habitat. Using see Quay Saga Leramba, a degree, Lady Praza, still knows in Awa, since Quay Jati Makakinati. Cookie still nousing you, my tea still nousing you, who states the Kundaman, Lamsi the Kundaman, by still nousing, Loin Awavanangle. Must he Yaragadi and Mutung Lepiro, Quay, Puning Wakal Kandaviraga, Quay Lady Awawa, a Sigi Tungi Mirolgi, the Montani Quay and seeing Levy said, Tungi Mirolgi Kandaraga, Quay Lady Zati Kudimanga, Pongam than a pop or Muim of Pokney Hine. I don't know. Must see Kandaviraga, Mutangi, Quay, Lamdams the Peace Lakwa, Santi Lakwa, Quay, state a mobile, Bugi Wakalon, the side the Gitam.
Langtabal MLA Karam Shyam appealed to social leaders to stop siding only one community and its juncture of turmoil in the state. He said cordial relations among communities is the only way for peace. He was speaking today on the sidelines of distributing relief items to victims of recent violence in Manipur. Langtabal Kendra Peace Committee, formed under the initiative of MLA Karam Shyam, distributed relief items at Chajing Marian Kong.
अदे भारत सरकार ना मणिपुर सरकार ना होना जरगसु अकोई प्रजा सिंगना अदे यामना ज्ञान तामिनबा म दरकार लै कोई मियोय बगी मिनुंग सिगी मखादा अखोई लेमिनबा इसा इनाव ngakani haugi boragasu hujikti akhoi amattani haibagi wakhallona sagalaga amana amagi awabadu uraga adi mateng pangnaraga mioibagi punsida humanity service mina mibu nungsibadagi henba atopa amamuk laiti masi haugi boragasu hujikti akhoi kuding ngaknaraga hujik pannana leriba miyam se magi mayumda natragana ena sapagada relief camp da yona na bohona bada akoi praja section khuding maktagi angam bathak da mateng pangbagi matam oire.
Ex-Minister Dr. K.H. Ratan Kumar says the time is not for blame gamed but to focus on measures to bring back normalcy in Manipur. Speaking to media at Manipur Press Club today, Dr. K.H. Ratan Kumar said truth regarding the recent violence that hit Manipur since May 3 will be revealed eventually. He reminded that Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren has already announced to form an inquiry committee and the Supreme Court has directed Manipur government to send a report on the incident. He stressed that evacuation of this place is the first priority, expressing his deepest condolences over the loss of many lives. The ex-minister appeals to all to strive for peaceful coexistence.
mayamna yamna thawai waduna leiriba Churachandpur More Imphal amadi atei mafam singda panduna leiriba mioi sing ngarang dagi evacuate tauba hobasi miyam da wakal phathanabagi yamna chawba maram amani hainingi tongan ba mafam singda panduna leiriba lemhoriba yamleba mioi singbusu yamna yangsinna evacuate tawbinaba Bharat Sarkar amadi Manipur Sarkar da appeal tawjari Sarkar na honariba akanwa efforts asida akhoi pumnamak nasu doladuli naidana angamba mateng pangminasi haiba wafam su thamjari loina na Manipur da leminariba praja miyam akhoi pumnamak ching tam khaidana kangluk ki oiba wakhallon thaduk minaduna akhoi lamdam asida pokpani lamdam asida chawbani lamdam asida sigadoribani haiba wakhal ase khanminnaraga nungsi chanana ing tappa iramdam mama Wahinaba Hotnabada, a quick Pumnamak, my Unsin Minerasi, Hainasu, Pongdukjari, Atuba Matamda, Santi, Hanjanaba, Praza section Keana, Hotnariba, Asida, Aisamaki, Maike de Gisu, personal level da, Angamba Honazagani, Amadi, Angamba Mating, Pangzagani Highwar from Asisu, Nolukna Tamzari, a quick Pumnamapu, Manipur Imana, Yaipaba, Pinabirasanu, Haina, Tonizari.
Republican Party of India RPI Athwale National General Secretary Thanawjam Maheshwar says RPI Athwale leader and Union Minister of State Ramdas Athwale has given assurance to urge Prime Minister and Union Home Minister to take prompt action to restore normalcy in Manipur. He was speaking on the sidelines of distributing relief materials for various relief camps today. Kesamthong Kendra Helping Hands Committee took the initiative under the aegis of Kesamthong Kendra Development Committee.
Relief praja mayam sinabudi angam humanity ground da ngamsa mayam health to lai nutigi adubu aina hangjani question si kayang koina mateng tawraga aikoigi moi mayam se survive tawnaba aikoigi laidori bano aduna akoina pamjabadi concern authority laidiba state government hojipudi central government law and order na su paide haire tawriba mayam sina hitang type solution am tawbiraga leaders sing mapiupa oriba sing sina komai tawraga moi sigi solution se koi permanent oinaba sigi peace and harmony da lakpagi mataktu da moina mangau tawriba koigi mai chakraba mangau koigi mang mayam se komaina recover tawraga hanagi before life ta hanjanna base amta komaina tawra hona dragadi moi masa haidi sengna haragadi hopeless oibagi mawong da bawd leire mayam se koi leihori ba mayam se haitare.
Former chairman of a proscribed outfit, R.K. Meghant alias Sanayama, says the recent violence in Manipur is unfortunate and calls for immediate actions to restore normalcy. He also condemns the burning down of religious structures during the violence.
Manipur ki recent history da amukta thokhijiba mawngda Manipur da matam koina khunda letamin rawa frup ani cookie also mete frup ani si marakta hana suna ba phiom thorokiba asi khwaide hina laibak thibani amokin laibak thibede message da bi fawde masing sapsa bade khangresu amjama pusi phane na mang khen khale kayamna sona ai phiom le urani loinana lantum kayam samang takpa mai tangoi on kibale asigumba film sinasu amukhenna violence to sathi om the satkramna normal se hanjala pada mutum kyam sangna changdege se it's very difficult to see maybe ai karhane thamo shop mayam yawna gramina simtang dain mayam media silno sing khotangda nakalani makta appeal tawningbadi tum koina hingmenagadaba adom proof singina amana amaya soibang na ba adom wakhal mieng de loina amunga mari no hune sembat pagi khongchang ama lobadi tangai fati haibasi adumana thamjani madugi khongthang du lobada aina tawya adumba film leraba adwedi I am prepared to take that initiative adumana thamjani haitare asmaina mayamda thamjage daroibada amukhanna ningsing basi nakalani makki sentiment chokadaba maruna lining laison gi maramda lining laison gi mafam hoiba adumba koi laison khangde chairs khangde mai thanaba chungoi thogokjide amukhanna support tholoide bani habse adumana appeal tawjani masidi akun accept the way adumba justify the way aduma action suoyoide ni khal mai thamjani
Muslims in Manipur have formed Committee for Goodwill Mission on Peace with an aim to spread the message of peace and brotherhood in the state in the wake of recent violence between two communities. The committee announced that Muslims in Manipur will hold a mass prayer service on the 12th of May as a mark of respect to each and every individuals who lost their lives in the recent violence and also to pray for peace and normalcy in the state. Speaking to media at Amukok office in Hatagolapati, Imphal today, Amukok President SM Jalal urged all to shun communal violence and as it affects everyone. He stressed that the Muslim community in Manipur cannot tolerate separation or violence among any communities in the state. SM Jalal encouraged all communities to forgive and forget of mistakes committed by one another and strive together towards restoring normalcy in the state. SM Jalal maintained that the newly formed committee will provide assistance to various relief camps and help in restoring peace in the land.
Committee for Goodwill Mission on Peace Saina Khoi Tholi Hairiba Committee ase masia khoi civil society organization pangangi lairiba singi mihut singna sabani aduga akhoi elders forum sing yaubani religious leaders sing yaubani academician sing yauba adugumba committee ni hairiba committee asina Manipur gi lairiba tongan ba phurup ki adugumba peaceful coexistence ka mari leina thabak torakpa adumba committee singa coordinate tawnaraga akoi state se da shanti hanjalam na bokhona bada Manipur ge pangan khunai ge maikai dagi karam ba contribution karam ba initiative loba yaga dage piba yaga dage habadu ge matangda akoi initiative hariba committee sina lawjagani.
Protection and Preservation Committee Manipur PPCM today called for peace and harmony in the state and urged youths of the both communities who are in conflict at present to abandon their anger and enmity. The committee also urged representatives of all community leaders and mothers of the both communities to come together and have a discussion to bring an end to the prevailing tension situation. It also urged shopkeepers and those concerned not to hike prices of commodities during curfew and added government will be held responsible for any untoward incidents that may occur due to unethical rising of the prices of commodities. Speaking to media persons at the committee office in Wahing Lekai, Lairambi Manning today, advisor of Protection and Preservation Committee Manipur, Longjumd Memchobi, said the violence has taken lives of many and rendered many people homeless. Terming it unfortunate, Longjumd Memchobi urged sons of both communities to shade their angers and help in restoring peace in the state. She also urged urged the government to make arrangements to provide accommodations to people of both the communities who have to flee their homes due to the violence. Speaking to media, advisor of the PPCM, Lorembam Nganbi, also called for a meeting among women leaders and leaders of both the communities to find a long-lasting solution. She maintained that the committee, along with its associate organization, formed a committee to curb hike of the prices of essential commodities. PPCM advisor Maibam Purnimashi Yumnam Laikai Larembi took part in the press meet.
Khanghaudaba pelhaudaba kharadagi migi mayum kai thugaiba laipam chapam khangraba siena aduga isa animak ki maikai dagi misibna thoibase masi pendaba amatu phawi aduga loinana akoida hauji ningai sega tawsigi ga hak lairagadi akoi adubu baba akoida akoi leina imum manung bitopta wayen legi sathabasidi pamde mambatina akoi rengaksida kaloidana kabiti masemaga wayenduna akoi apan aranba asengba asumba aranba do tidokna duna tangdu laitanda leminaba pamya
lengak sida thamjaningi ba wafamdi mama aikoi yauna community khudingmaki leader sing yauna aikoi punna committee ama semakanda wari watai chanabadu maduni hena khudong chabo oigani wari saraba matungda ingna sikna hana gumna tapna lamdam sida panba ngamba oinana bado masi sarkar na tawbam thui gudam singda leiriba pota maman hengala I hairi base summa wafam oibanina masi mama singna tuminna leitho oi maman je athuba matamda hanagi maman duda yonda dana gudam singdagi thadorak pada natrega dukan singda maman hena yolamba tarabadi mama mari tumina leiroi loinana mama mari ga loinari balup sing masa sing khuding mangna masigi sapsaba thongtang lorokpada madugi daita sarkar na pugadabani sarkar na athuba matnanda committee sembiraga leader khuding mapu kaubira kanda santi porakna ba hotna minasi
Shiv Sena Manipur Pradesh appealed to Assam Rifles to give equal treatment to their efforts to contain the prevailing turmoil in the state. Speaking to media at Shiv Sena Bhavan in Imphaal's Babupara today, party state president M. Tombi demands Kuki militants under suspension of Operation Sue with centre and state to abide by their agreements. He also appealed to ethnic groups in the state to stop interfering one another while demanding one's right. Tombi further appealed to the public to stop spreading rumors and false news. He also said to the public to help all the displaced people irrespective of their communities and urged shopkeepers not to hike prices of commodities.
State government also interfere to bio masil praja singi awaba singi mathakta awaba piriba black market to sing lebna thabi kano akoi punamak amaga nungsi chanana akoi amukan na santi hanjana na hona bada akoi punamak thongdang namna se akoi khudingmak lamdam sida pokpani lamdam sida chawbani mayam leitrab kana rajniti tawruba kana roi rajniti ki phiran bam leiroi.
Shiv Sena Imphaal's district president Senjam Mangoljao, who is from the Kewa Fuji in the Kundrakpam constituency, said the recent violence is not a communal violence but it's similar to an act of terrorism. He said soon after houses were burned down in Churachandpur area, many houses were also burned down in the area under Kundrakpam constituency adjacent to Saitu constituency. He appealed to government and civil society organizations to take serious note of the situation and bring a solution after getting first-hand knowledge of vulnerable areas.
Handak tholiba thodo asi tasema isam samna ako communion riot nena indi lojete masi pura terrorism ki thabang haina lowi maram di kainoga Churachandpur da mai thariba matam se same time asi matam sida iko yanguman leitan pupi doi thabi loina mai thari bne ba khun mari si aduna masi moina taseng tawge ba yauna pre plan tawraga masi thabane akoi matam sange akoi border da lejabani matam sange moi makha da khoi wari se matam yam sange aduna ngasi aina marwen aina ahab mail point da thambing si पालिब सरकार से मसी असुम लमहेन तुहेनबा अखोई करी हाइतारे हुरान लोनादा थबक तौबा मिहान मिपुन तौबा लमहेन तुमसे मसी वर बते मंगम सरकार मु लेबियो
Kangleipak Kanbaluk, Manipur alleged that the Tribal Solidarity March organized by Atsumd on 3rd of May ignited communal violence in Manipur. Press release from KKL Manipur says it is unfortunate that Manipur DGP Paumintang Dongald failed to make necessary security arrangements to stop the Tribal Solidarity March despite violence incidents, including torching of an open gym that was supposed to be inaugurated by the Chief Minister prior to the rally. The press release demanded clarification from the Manipur government for not removing P. Dongald from the post of DGP till now, despite that the DGP has failed to take actions against armed Kuki militants under suspension of order who were involved in violence activities in Churachandpur. Social and political activist H. Geeta Jend urged Kuki militants grouped under suspension of the order to stop inciting violence among people in its attempt to break unity of the state. H. Geeta Jend was speaking to media person at his residence at Gadi today. He alleged that Kuki militants are angered by the state of Manipur government to destroy poppy plants through its war on drug. They also dislike the action of governments to evict encroachers from reserved forests. H. Geeta Jain further alleged that few self-interested people instigate the violence by blaming and diverting the issue towards Meitei's demand for scheduled tribe status. People need to be aware of such malicious agenda, and government also needs to take up steps against such attempts to create unrest. He appealed all communities to give their support in bringing peace and normalcy back in the state.
Innocent people mayamagi life singnarakpa amadi praja mayamgi hingnaba yum kai mai thadorakpa ifong hon khangnaraba sugma Kuki militant group la hobu group se ngasi phawda government na action lakhutadana moibu thayai na manomong amada kanba manomong amada thambje masim joi khoi masi government thumdo action lakhalningi Kuki gi chamjaba praja sing maitai community gi laiba praja sing ningi marakta nungsinadana amadi irang thongnaba silliba ngasagi asiana mayam yaholiba lanthumya manghaliba gi daita je shuda lairaga alolup amagi oiba militant ni haijariba Kuki based wala lobu kamu singina moina daita lagu tawni.
District Magistrate Imphal West has relaxed curfew from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. on April 10, that is Wednesday, subject to the condition that people shall not be allowed to gather for any other purposes other than procurement of essential items. CPI Manipur State Council drew attention of government towards relaxing the curfew from 5 a.m. till 6 p.m. daily as situation is improving in the state. Speaking to media today at Irabat Bhavan in Imphal, CPI Manipur State Council Secretary L. Thoirend highlighted the plights of the people in day-to-day life in the wake of communal unrest and curfew. He said costs of commodities are rising and vehicles carrying edible items from outside cannot enter the state due to the ongoing curfew. Thoirend demanded government to promptly form a monitoring cell to keep a check on unnecessary price hike of edibles by traders. He also urged government to provide necessary relief materials to relief camps in the state.
Curfew sigi manungda pochegi mamol haningai khandana ising chawgum hengalakpa hiram guding da awada pa mayama awana mayama nangduri urag yenga Sarkarna hariba curfew matamsima relax to bama change sarkar pariba lenga pariba shakti pariba singna yarimkai proper dialogue tonaraga political solution prognaba holana basu appeal tawri lorena kedonunda kulai paiba sina mebi punji ke amang ba lantung ke amang ba haningai kangdana awa ke mayokna banatana karisu khoida ojeningai leite adana yaringai sarkarna su athubu matamda hariba Taurang ke aspakar piraga ing tappa Manipurama ohenaba honabi.
Manipur Petroleum Dealers Association notifies that oil pumps will be opened during curfew relaxation hours. Economic and Resource Development Organization Kanglei Park urges state government to keep a check on the uncontrolled price hike of essential commodities in Manipur in the wake of recent violence. The organization urged the government to take swift actions and provide safe passage of goods-laden vehicles in the state. Economic and Resource Development Organization Kanglei Park's Secretary General Ann Santa appealed to the same during a press meet jointly organized by Manipur Potato and Onion Fried Union and Economic and Resource Development Organization Kanglei Park at Manipur Press Club in Imphal today.
Hojik laiba Manipur da basic amenity ai tare koi ki chanaba polam singi stock se almost nil loi salabne onion potato di zero ni bu highway ara jane ade hojik ngasi ayu akoi survey taw matam da ayamba achauba godown sing da hai tare ne alu ga tilau ga se almost laitraba gumne aduga lambi da hojik se around alu ga tilau gak oiba 20 daina 25 gari lai hojik lambi da hai ba gari sing se ngasi numit humni mari ni humni sure moi 5 days kuma fazale lambi de le re se aduna nasai magi original condition je kai lerem doi no ai do chap chaba hai ngam de moi di perishable item ni na ko noi taba mana kai noi ga na akoi gi local traders sing je si je akoi gi leiba situation ji da praja gi support taw da bagi mong da hai tare ngasai gi advantage low bagi mong da any dukan je ngasai gi wholesale dukan chang matam da 15 to 20% je moi na price hike loi taw e ho sik se aduna masi akoi na ngasi mak akoi delhi da leiba akoi ARDO gi member sing hai tare moi taw ga DG She da che iraga thara kanda sigi poche control to bu yanaba madugumba step ama koina ngasi lokachare ha se si miyam da tamjage aduga Manipur sarkar da su akoina yaragadi masi DGCA ga government gi level da wari sara kanda sugumba mathomram gang da ba price ha tare ne emergency situation da miyam da gi freak out gi paisa mun bai thabak se masi tobidana ba sarkar na su intervene to bi wa do madum tang thamjage.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on Aam Aadmi Party Manipur unit expressing discontentment over Prime Minister Narendra Modi's silence on the prevailing turmoil in Manipur. We'll be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Presto Personalized Wonders, Imphal da nauna hangdok jare, hairiba asida personalized gifts, corporate gifts, awards and mementos, home decor, office rubber stamp na chingba potlam sing, mafam asida phangbigani, ngasi maglangsing birau, Tilak Ras Enterprises, Presto, Thangal Bazar near Kasturi Thong, Imphal. Contact number 0385-244-9025 natraga 98621-00456.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime, the English Bulletin. Moving on with our bulletin, Aam Aadmi Party Manipur unit today expressed discontentment over Prime Minister Narendra Modi not making any statement regarding the tension situation prevailing in Manipur. It is unfortunate for people of Northeast. Speaking to media persons at its office in Yaskul, State Coordinator Thingnam Vishwanath said the violence that erupted in the state was due to failure of intelligence. While appealing people to help in bringing normalcy in the state, Thingnam Vishwanath also urged government to safely bring in the goods truck by providing necessary security. He also urged government to lift the ban on internet service for certain specified timed and also to facilitate the opening of banks.
Kogi common people Manipur himinari ba kanglu khuding maksu sana thakna ba phangdabagi pochai gi maman atya pakna wangakpa pusilakadaba pochai kaya pusilakpa ngamdana panduna leiriba se government na miyang jangbiduna akanba security gi section thorang lobiduna panduna leiriba gari sing asi Manipur tamna pubiraktuna miyamna wariba se kohannabagi damakta honabiu loinana kanglu khuding makna pungning phada biduna Ingna Signa Shanti Laiva Manipur Ama Ohenanaba Hona Minabada Manipura Kuna Minariba Kanglu Kuding Maki Todang Yamna Sauna Lay
Manipur today released a press note drawing the attention of Manipur government to look into the matter of some business owners and shopkeepers selling items at high prices by taking advantage of the current prevailing situation in the state. The press note urged government to check such unethical practice. People's Action for National Democratic Movement (PANDAM) also appealed to shopkeepers and traders not to raise the price of commodities, taking advantage of the prevailing situation in the state. 24 people affected by recent violence in Manipur are taking refuge in a relief camp set up by the Manipur Western Gate Lever Welfare Union Jiribam at Sorok Atingbi High School. Another 46 victims from the Babu cult are taking temporary shelter at Jerighat High School. Laborers along Imphal Jiri Road are also taking refuge at the guest house in Jiribam's Nungshikuld. Jiribam MLA, DC, Indian Red Cross Society, Pradhan and locals have extended food items, drinking water and other relief items to the victims.
Hauji Praja Singna Kunja Singna Siuna Waraba Haka Launadana, Levam Savung Kangdaba, and Zama Tolaki Mutang Steda, Aquena Miam Punamakta, Magi Punamakta, and Apilamato Jenny Madudi, Hauji Kanariba, Kanariba, Atu Womatam the Luisan Bidana, Ekoi, Amatoina, Muxizana, Minaba, Amatoina, Mahusagi Pusida, and Minadana, Saukat Par, Maiba Yapo Manipur, Sangan Minavada, Ekoi Puna Kunjan, my one says from the Masan Minasi, Kanatsenabagi Rangasi, Putaki Lepiu, I go up from Simasu, Hana, Apil.
Villagers from Laikong, Kaithel Mandi, Nongbramd village are taking shelter at 3 relief camps opened at Yambemd under Andhra constituency. Impact News visited these relief camps in which the people residing in the camp drew the attention of the Manipur government to provide them with state force and necessary security forces so that they can return to their villages and live without fear. About 500 people are staying in these 3 relief camps and some of them are also staying at relief camps located in Andhra constituency.
Hariba khungang sing di security post amamam dadi chana lakpiraga ekoi maitei jati sibu kanbiyu mangta patu paraba hana thokre jamtang arosan si porasi kanbiyu arosan orti paudi kumjum de changmuti jare bianga punama adu khungang da ngang cha khara kunda chai pairaga kunga punu kolbi yaro.
With a view to provide temporary shelter to people who fled their homes due to the tension situation in the state, a relief camp was opened today at Yaripok Bamun Laikai, Kuno, under the supervision of MPCC President and Wangkhemt MLA K. Megachandra. The relief camp can accommodate about 500 people. Speaking to the sideline, MLA K. Megachandra appealed people to maintain peace and harmony in order to restore normalcy in the state. Convener of the relief camp, Loitam Rajend, urged people to contact their mobile number 700-5687-340 or 600-921-0052 to stay in the newly opened relief camp. In view of the prevailing situation in Manipur, Deputy Commissioner Thoubal conducted a public meeting today at the DC conference hall. Thoubal District Deputy Commissioner Ahanthem Subhash chaired the meeting and resolved to various decisions. The public meeting decided on taking various preventive measures against any unwanted activities, safely evacuating Thoubal District locals who are stranded in other districts, giving essential commodities to relief camps, and also making an appeal to not disrupting the movement of rescue forces on national highways. Thoubal District Police SP Jogesh Chandra Haubijam, along with representatives of civil society organizations and political parties, attended the meeting. Vishnupur District Administration today opened 19 relief camps in Vishnupur District to provide shelter to those people who fled Churachandpur in the wake of violence in the state. The relief camps have been opened at schools and colleges including Diet Moirang Multipurpose Higher Secondary School, Moirang College, Ningthau Khong Higher Secondary School and have been prepared by members of the local clubs, organizations, local leaders and Mairapaibi members. Volunteers of Rural Youth Development Organization Ngai Khong Sifai handed over relief items consisting of daily essential items to these relief camps. Students from Manipur in Bangladesh have staged peace protest praying for normalcy and peace in Manipur. The peace protest was staged at Rangpur Community Medical College and Primed Medical College in Bangladesh. They displayed various placards which read "Save Manipur, save indigenous people of Manipur. We want peace in Manipur, being peace and harmony." All India Students Federation AISF Manipur State Council through a press note drew the attention of Manipur government to relax the ban on internet service in the state owing to clash between two communities. Press release from Association of the Manipur Education Service Officer AMESO urged all communities to fight against all odds for a secular, peaceful and harmonious Manipur. Langthau Sanamahit Temple Board and Langthau Malem Angamba Sanamahit Hogalt Lupt Wangoi also urged relevant authorities to bring restoration to the present turmoil in Manipur. Kamong Nupi Chowkhat Thaurang Lupt also appealed to relevant stakeholders to bring normalcy in the state. Team Nisikanta donated relief items to people taking refuge at relief camp in the aftermath of the May 3 incident in various parts of Manipur. Kaisamthong MLA Sapam Nishikant today flagged off the vehicles loaded with relief materials including dry rationed blankets, water storage tank and packaged water bottled from his residence at Sega Road, Thaudababok, Laikai, Imphal. MLA Nishikant expressed deep sadness over the loss of lives and properties and the sufferings of people in the recent violence and termed it as the saddest and darkest moment in the history of Manipur, informing that Chief Minister Nongthuam Biren has decided on forming a high-level committee to probe the recent violence. The MLA urged the public to cooperate with the government in restoring law and order in Manipur.
aduga sina aham trip sunate akhoi da matung da akhoi ngam da mating pangjerake aina mayam da appeal tawning madi mayam se akhoi gyan tanasi akhoi khar pukchel chauthoksi aduga phadanasi aduga akhoi fair mongering akhoi rumors spread tawgumsi aduga aina haijaning di sana lebak Manipur every square inch belongs to all of us akhoi gi ni kai bi ade aduna akhoi na khara phadasi aduga hoji hoji ki di mai chakuni na mai je muthatpa awana mateng pangba tungda ngarang zo honorable chief minister haigre adum thigalkani kana na maran lege loin thigalkani law na catch up tarakani hoji hoji awana se the focus tausi mai muthasi adune appeal tausi. Thank you.
Like-minded group Manipur extended financial assistance of 10,000 rupees to families of one Pangabam Yaifa from Laitan Pokpi Awang Laikai, Kundrakpam Assembly Constituency. 5 family members of Pangabam Yaifa sustained in bullet injuries in the recent communal violence. Injured family members of Yaifa are undergoing treatment at Jennings. Edible items were given to 19 relief camps. The initiative was taken under Food for Life program of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, SCOND. Rajyasri Bhagya Chandra Cultural Foundation Manipur in association with Milan Enterprises Alugali City Dhaba Thaudababog handed over relief materials to relief camps in Moirang Kuno area. Clothes, medicines and dry rations were provided to Santi Club Relief Camp Health Center Chingmei, Kabulamjao, Chandipur Relief Camp and Sribond Youth Development Moirang. Under the initiative of a Peace Committee, Nambol Assembly Constituency Chairman Minister T.S. Vasantakumar, committee members give essential commodities to 34 inmates of the various relief camps in Nambol areas. Narol Lamjing Sang Tera, Kuraijamd Laikai and Idol Club Tera also handed over relief camps in the Senjamd Chirang area. Study Club Sagolband Tera Lokrakpam Laikai also provided relief materials to relieved camps located at SGUC Club, Youth Welfare Club, Saitond, Haying Sunu Sifai, Nganukond. A team of Manipur State Power Company's MSPCL and MSPDCL Employees Association today provided relief materials to relief camps at Kumalampak. The team donated food, grains, vegetables, utensils and clothes. Association YOVA and Youth Athletic Development Association YADA Ketrugao also donated relief items at relief camps in Moirang. YOVA and YADA says they will continue extending help to other relief centers in the state. Old Manipur Art and Culture Employees Association also provided relief materials to people who are taking refuge in Haingang Kontha Laikai Model Club Relief Camp, Mayang Langjing Community Hold Relief Camp and Phumlo Kairoi Primary School Relief Camp. Health and hygiene items for women and children were distributed at relief camps located at the Kumbi High School in the Vishnupur district through help provided by former Director of Horticulture and Soil Conservation Nongmai Kapam Joymati. Nongmai Kapam Joymati also appealed the Governor of Manipur to take concrete action to end the incident of violence in the state and to bring back normalcy soon. International Métis Forum also distributed various essential items including food, medicine, sanitary items and relief camp opened at Senjam Chirang, Mayang Langjing, Kadangband and Fayeng. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before I wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Most of the displaced people who were taking shelter at 1st MR, 2nd MR and 86 CRPF camp in Lumpil in the aftermath of the military violence evacuated. Minister Thongam Bishwajit leads people taking shelter at CRPF camp in Lumpil. Minister Bishwajit hopeful of full evacuation of displaced people in the next couple of days. Minister L. Susindro visited villagers of Laitan Popi whose killed claimed their houses were burned down and destroyed after some rifles worked independent with Kuki militants outfit under suit. Minister instructed strict security business. Legislatures, political leaders and civil bodies appealed to relevant authorities and public to jointly strive for restoration of peace and normalcy in Manipur. Manipuri Muslims forms Committee for Goodwill Mission on Peace to spread message of peace and brotherhood. Committee to offer mass prayers on May 12th to pray for departed souls and peace in Manipur. An Economic and Resource Development Organization, Kangwei Park, urges government to check uncontrolled price rise of essential commodities in Manipur in the wake of recent violence. Thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Prime Time Manipuri Bulletin. In the meantime, for more news and information, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Until then, have a great evening and always stay safe.
Hausin Jaba, Taibang Malem Pampakta, Social Youth United Club Uchekon Kunau Degi Hauraga,